Welcome to our January 2015 Jeremy Ranch Market Update. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties Worldwide here in Park City. And I appreciate you taking the time to join me today. I'm going to cover three things quite briefly. One, I'm going to give you an overview of the Park City real estate market. Secondly, we're going to look at the Jeremy Ranch neighborhood, and particularly focusing on the number of sales of homes and lots and property values, how they compare with the previous year. And then we're going to look at the impact of Vail Resorts' purchase of the Park City Mountain Resort on the real estate market. So those are our topics, and thank you for joining me. Let's hop right into it. The Park City real estate market continues to be strong. Over the past year, which is January through December of 2014, there were 1,359 sales. Now this consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land. This is all real estate brokerages combined. And that's actually down by 28 sales, or 2%, from the previous 12-month period the year before. When we look at it more specifically, we see that homes actually dropped in number of transactions, condos rose, and vacant land or home lots was about even. In terms of homes, there were 575 sales the previous year, and over the last year, 2014, there were 514. So that's actually a drop of 11%. Main cause of that drop is lack of inventory, fewer choices for buyers to buy. In the condominium category, the number of sales actually rose from 604 to 638 the past 12-month period. That's a 6% increase. And lots were about level, going from 208 to 207. So a pretty even marketplace there. Now let's talk about prices. Everybody wants to know about prices. We're looking here at a graph of home medium sold prices for 2014 compared to 2013. The red bar represents this past year, 2014. The gold is 2013. And you can see within the city limits, the medium sold price rose by 5% up to $1,300,000 from $1,235,000 the year before. In the Snyderville Basin, which is the county area of Park City, if you will, the increase was actually 10%, rising from $703,000 up to $775,000. When we shift to condominiums, we see that in the city limits it rose by 8%. The medium sold price climbed from $490,000 all the way up to $529,000. And 11% in the Snyderville Basin, nice appreciation, from $325,000 to $361,950. So prices are certainly going in the right direction. Home sites or lots in the city limits was about even, 550,000 last year, 550,000 year before. Do keep in mind that there aren't as many lots available within the city limits to purchase. In the Snyderville Basin, we, however, saw a huge increase, 20% increase from $275,000 being the medium sold price in 2013 to $330,000 in 2014. Now, a lot of this is because the lot market definitely picked up. The lack of single-family homes available to be purchased caused many buyers to move over to lots to build the home that they wanted, and so the supply diminished some, and that drove prices up, supply and demand. Now let's turn our attention to Jeremy Ranch and the neighborhood real estate market. Jeremy Ranch home sales, in terms of number of sales, is actually down by 38% over the previous year's number of transactions. There were a lot of sales in Jeremy Ranch in 2013, 73 to be precise, and it did drop to about 45, again in part because of lack of inventory. Jeremy Ranch homes are selling at a pace of about one sale every 8 days, which is very, very strong. Strong for the sellers. Buyers out there, not enough product for them. There are currently 11 homes on the market in Jeremy Ranch, which equates to about a 3-month inventory. Now, where that's important is when we talk about absorption rate, which is the balance between supply and buyers trying to buy properties. In a balanced market, according to the National Association of Realtors, about a 6-month inventory is a good balance between buyers and sellers. In resort markets like Park City, it tends to be about a 9-month inventory. So Jeremy Ranch is seeing 3-month inventory, so it's very strong for the neighborhood. Selling prices in Jeremy Ranch for homes have ranged from a low of $426,000 all the way up to $2,222,500, with the median sold price of $700,000. That's actually down by about 3% from the previous year, where the median sold price was $725,000. Lot sales in Jeremy Ranch are also down compared to the previous year, but with limited lot sales to count. There were 16 lot sales in 2013, 13 lot sales in 2014. So yes, a 19% decline amounts to 3 fewer lot sales. Jeremy Ranch lots are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 28 days. That's pretty good. And again, keep in mind we see less lot purchases during the winter, during the snow months. There's currently 9 lots on the market in Jeremy Ranch, which equates to about an 8-month inventory. So it comes to selling a lot when you have a pace like this, approximately 1 a month. Pricing is important in order to try to be the next one to sell, if that's your objective. Selling prices for land in Jeremy Ranch has ranged from $120,000 all the way up to, well, there was a very large, big sale of a parcel, $1,900,000. But when you look at the median, which is you add up all the different sales and you choose the middle one, it really is about $300,000, which is a more accurate representation of the value. The nice thing about that, that's actually up 35% from the previous year, and this is why we take medium sold prices rather than average, so we don't have the skewing. So 35% increase from $220,000 in 2013 for Jeremy Ranch land up to $300,000. So that's nice. Now, if you'd like to receive the specific information that makes up this data, in other words, the details on the homes and the lots that had sold, send me an email, ron@thewilsteinteam.com, and I'd be happy to send that off to you. I also want to let you know that how you can get information on the Jeremy Ranch market whenever you want. We typically record these webinars about every 6 months, but I want you to know that you can always get information whenever you're curious and make sure it's current. What you do is go to our website, BuyParkCityRealEstate.com/Jeremy Ranch, or thewilsteinteam.com/Jeremy Ranch. It would take you to the same place, and it would take you to a special page on our website to provide you with information about Jeremy Ranch. In fact, let me take you there real quickly so you can see it. If you put in BuyParkCityRealEstate.com/Jeremy Ranch, it would take you to this page. On this page, you have some information about Jeremy Ranch. You've got a couple buttons here. This green one here says you can watch an update on Jeremy Ranch real estate market, which in effect is what you're doing right now. You can search for homes in Jeremy Ranch or condominiums with the maroon or the yellow button, and the blue one up here is send me current sales data on the Jeremy Ranch area. This is the one that you would choose. You'd highlight over it, it would change colors, and you click it and it takes you to a page that says current sales data. There's some blanks that are very self-explanatory. You tell us which area you're interested in. Is a home, condo, land, brief description about it, and then your contact information, and then you'll come to a section which says comments, and if you have particular questions, just put your cursor in there, type any questions you have, and then we'll know exactly what you're after for information, and then hit the green button, submit the form. That will come to us. We will send you the information by email, or unless you request it in a different format, and there you'll have it. And by the way, we won't bug you. We're very busy selling real estate. We're happy about that. Our goal is to provide you with current information about real estate, but not to bug you. When you have a question, you have concerns, you contact us. We're here for you, but we won't be torturing you with information. Contact unless you want it. Anyway, that's how you get information on Jeremy Ranch market anytime you want. And with that in mind, let's move on to third topic. Let's see. which is Vail Resorts' purchase of the Park City Mountain Resort, which we call the Vail Factor on real estate. What we're looking at here is Vail Resorts purchased the Park City Mountain Resort in September of 2014, and there was the result of a several-year legal battle. Finally got resolved, answered a lot of unknown questions and uncertainty, and overall it's been very good since then. And by the way, if you're not familiar with the details and you're curious about them, in our October 2014 Market Talk webinar, we covered it in detail. And so all you have to do is go to the WilsteinTeam.com/Vail-PCMR, all lowercase, and it would take you to that webinar. You can watch that if that's of interest to you. Pretty interesting story. In any event, the high points were that Vail Resorts did go into a purchase agreement and purchase Park City Mountain Resort. And we are now looking at many improvements to the resort, which in turn will be beneficial for the entire Park City community. Vail paid $182.5 million for PCMR, and they now control 2 out of the 3 Park City resorts. Deer Valley is still individually privately owned, but they control Canyons and they control PCMR. Vail recently announced that they're going to invest over the next 12 months $50 million in improvements between the 2 resorts. And this is going to get people very, very excited. Plus, there's just some of the basic elements that immediately came into play, and that is, if you're familiar with Vail's Epic Pass, which is a pass they sell, which allows you to ski or ride at any of Vail's resorts, whether in Utah, Colorado, California, even outside the country. This pass is now usable at PCMR. And we have a huge benefit in Park City that with one Locos Pass, you can ski either the Canyons or Park City Mountain Resort this ski season. We're also looking forward to next year for the 2015-2016 season that Vail intends to connect the 2 resorts into one single resort, forming the largest single ski resort in the country with 7,000 skiable acres. It's a lot of terrain. But what does this mean for the Park City real estate market? We're excited about the resort news, but what about real estate? What impact is it having? Well, a friend of mine, Rick Klein, who's a private mortgage banker with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, likes to look at these stats, and he asked the question, in essence, what effect is Vail's purchase having on the Park City real estate market? Rick likes to look at the number and the statistics, and he found some very insightful information. And this graph is his graph, and I want to describe it for you first of all. This is looking at the period of time immediately following the announcement by PCMR that Vail had purchased them, and which was on September 11th, 2014. And so what Rick did is he looked at the activity of pending transactions, those that went from active listings to under contract from September 12th, the day after the announcement, all the way through to the end of October. So about a month and a half period. The graph farthest to the right here is for this past year, and then it has the previous year in 2013, the previous year in 2012. And just the color difference, the lower box, the kind of the light purple, has to do with the number of vacant lot sales. The darker purple or maroon tone is single family homes, and the light yellow is number of condos. But you can see there was a natural progression from 2012 to 2013 of an increase as our market was strong. But once the announcement was made, then what we saw is the number of pendings jumped from the previous year by 41%. Now that's significant. We were running into a bit of resistance from buyers, particularly on condos, prior to the Vail announcement, maybe because they were waiting to see what would happen. But once it was made, people really jumped on the bandwagon. It climbed 87 transactions overall, and condos alone was a 65% increase year over year. So did Vail's announcement have an impact on the real estate market? Yes, it has. And we have seen that continuing since, as we ended the year. Tapered off a little bit, so I think there was definitely a surge right after the announcement, but definitely a plus and definitely stimulated the market. So what can we say overall? Well, the overall confidence in the real estate market has increased, It's likely to continue to strengthen in the future. That's good news. Buyers are definitely stepping up now. They're buying properties in Park City, and we expect this will continue, particularly as we are now into the ski season, and so there's a lot more people in town who are having a good experience, and that causes them frequently to buy a property. Homes and condominiums that are located near the base of PCMR and the canyons are the properties most likely to be positively impacted by Vail's purchase of PCMR. And the homes and the condominiums located in Park City's residential neighborhoods, and that would be including Jeremy Ranch, will see a minimum impact on property values as a result of Vail's purchase. The properties that are closest to the actual resorts are the ones benefiting the most. But overall, this is good for the community and good for Park City real estate overall. Now, finally, if you're interested in getting an update on your own property, learning what your Jeremy Ranch home or lot may be worth, I wanted to let you know that you can go anytime to my website, BuyParkCity.com, scroll down to the section, learn what your property is worth, and complete a very simple form, or you can send me an email, ron@thewilsteinteam.com. Let me just take you to the website again, show you what to do there. All you do is go to viewparkcityrealestate.com. This is the home page, and you scroll down, and as you scroll down, you go past some of our listings and webinars, and you'll come to this section, learn what your property is worth in today's market. Again, just fill in the blanks. It will take you less than a minute, and there's some other choices for information that might be of interest to you. Just check the appropriate boxes and then come to this green button and hit submit form. That will come to me, and I will contact you, arrange a time to speak with you, preview your property if that's what you want me to do, and get you the information on what it's worth. No obligation, no hassle. We're just interested in providing you with good information, and obviously if we can be assistance to you later, let us know. By the way, if you're on our website and you see this click to chat, feel free to click it, and when that button's there, there's someone there to talk to you if you have any questions. So appreciate you taking the time to participate in our webinar. Do want to remind you that you can always ask me questions by email or by phone call. Phone number's at the bottom of the screen here, and if you want me to call you back, just let me know your number and I'll do so. Finally, let me just say as we conclude that every month we present the Park City Market Talk webinar. It's about a 20-minute presentation. We update it on the 15th of each month, and it will cover some of the general information about the marketplace like I covered at the beginning of this webinar. It won't be necessarily by specific neighborhoods unless something really impressive is happening, and then we'll cover it. And then we'll cover other relevant topics that are on people's minds. We covered a lot with Vail's purchase of PCMR as that was unfolding. And so good information. Feel free to check that out. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my webinar, and I'm here to help in any way that I can. Certainly get on the slopes, enjoy yourself this winter season. Bye-bye.